What is going on, everybody? Casual Crypto here with another episode of Casual Crypto Report. Right now, there's a lot of action, a lot of talking about where Bitcoin, where Ethereum, where the whole crypto space is going. Just in the last week alone, we've seen a lot of big action that happened with the price of Bitcoin. And if you want to be kept up to date, this is the channel you want to be part of. If you're new here, remember to just smash that like button, hit subscribe, and take the little bell notification icon because we're always going over new projects, price update, and we're going to summarize what's happening in the news for you. So for today, the biggest message I have for you is don't give into the narrative that the whales, the bankers, the establishment is putting out right now, because we are seeing a lot of people who are getting wrecked right now. They're making bad choices without knowing what is happening. Before we jump in, I'm going to show you what is happening with the price of Bitcoin. This past weekend, we're seeing a big swing in the price of Bitcoin. Like, we've seen this dip, and then on Sunday we started going up. And if you know charting, you notice that we are forming this nice little W pattern, which could be a sign of reversal if it is confirmed. So far, it doesn't look like it's been confirmed because it hasn't broken above this line. But at a bigger picture, we do see that Bitcoin's been like bouncing between the 41K and the 30K mark. And those who are feeling lucky, they are farming this area. They're buying low and selling high, and buying low and selling high. Is this going to continue on? There's no guarantee. It could, the next testing at 30K could mean it could break it, or it could break above this. But whatever it is, it's important to have a plan to go in both directions, because if you don't have a plan, then your plan is to fail. So where could Bitcoin head in the next coming weeks is anyone's guess. But here's some macroeconomics that I'm going to show you about. Firstly, I want to show you about the hash rate happening in the crypto space, with a lot of talks about China banning Bitcoin. We are seeing a massive drop in the mining hash rate. This is great news if you are operating a miner outside of China, because it's getting easier to mine Bitcoin. There's less competition, and then for the overall crypto community, it's great news too, because we are having more and more mining moving out of China, and that means less reliant on the Chinese coal power plants, and more distribution of mining that is being done in other parts of the world with hopefully cleaner sources of energy. So yeah, we are seeing this drop, and as a result, with all these miners that are going offline in China, we also seeing potentially a lot of miners selling their Bitcoin, selling the Ethereum, selling the coin, so that they can fund like the move to other parts of the world, from going to Mongolia, or going to Texas, or going to Europe, or even to Greenland. So there's a lot of moves right now, and it's something you want to keep an eye out on. Also, another chart I want to show you is this chart that shows all the people who have ever bought or sold Bitcoin right now, and especially on the selling side. Right now, we're entering a part where more and more people are selling the Bitcoins at a loss. A lot of this comes from like people who have been hodling like recently. They got in at about 60K, and now they're selling at a loss. They don't know where Bitcoin is going. They hear all these news, they have weak hands, and then they're selling a loss. And the sad reality is the whales are accumulating Bitcoin. They're buying it up. Like, don't give into this false narrative that they're pushing out right now, because yeah, the whales have control over the media. They can easily pay for a news article for like a couple $1,000s, and it's scaring everybody. People are selling it. And if you look at this chart right here, that shows like the number of sellers who are long-term hodlers and short-term hodlers. This is a chart of all the long-term hodlers. Most of them, they have been selling up above one, like a ratio of one. Anything under here means they've been selling a loss. But you can see that long-term hodlers, they've been hodling on for a long time. And if they sell at a higher price, right? They are selling in the green, while short-term hodlers, they've been selling at a loss, and a lot to do with, just as I said, like, they bought in the high, they're selling after they lost like 50%. After they lost, for this case, they lost like 15%, 14, 15%. They're selling it. And this is the narrative that a lot of bankers, a lot of powerful people out there, they want you to believe that Bitcoin is going to zero. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. You should sell it. And sadly, a lot of people are selling it, and they're selling it right into the hands of the whales, the wealthy, the powerful. And you look at this chart right here. This is a chart that shows all the coins, like the number of coins on that Bitcoin balance on Coinbase, on one of the biggest exchange in the world. And you can see that people are buying up. Like people, for most of the run up that we've seen in the last year, people have been buying Bitcoin and taking them off the exchange. They've been taking them out and putting them into private wallets. And just this last like month or two, right, we've seen some selling action, right, as Bitcoin drops from 60K to 30K. But notice how the balance on Coinbase remains flat. In fact, it dropped a bit more. It shows that people are buying them from these weak hands and they are taking them off the exchange. And this is something you have to be aware of, that the whales are playing you. The whales are playing everybody right now. They're playing the weak hand so that they can take those coins and take them off the exchange. They are not selling it because they know that Bitcoin is here to stay for a while. And especially the bull run is not over, but they are playing it for the long run. So don't play into the hands of the whales and the powerful, because you're gonna get wrecked if you're not careful. So this is just my observation for this week, and I do hope you guys will stay safe, because you don't want to be the guy who got off the Bitcoin rocket at 30K only to learn that Bitcoin ended up at like 300K like a couple years down the road, or even $1 million, as a lot of people are expecting. And there is a lot of manipulation, but if you are able to hodl on, you're able to stand firm, you're able to put together a plan, you will come out of this strong. So that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys at the next video. Peace and love, my friends, and God bless.